And as climate change worsens, wildfires around the globe are becoming more intense and more frequent. Even here in Germany, scientists working on a research project called PYROPHOB are looking at how burned forests can recover and what it takes to make them more resilient in the future. DW's Emily Gordine spoke with a member of the research team.
It happens every year. Wildfires in the German state of Brandenburg. It's forests like this which are consumed by flames. These are pine forests, planted by people to produce wood. Pine timber is used in everything from chairs to roofing and floors. The pine trees in these commercial forests are planted close together and with nothing between them. This makes harvesting more efficient. And that lovely piney smell is from essential oils in the tree, oils which are highly flammable. All this means a fire in the plantation can spread quickly and be difficult to put out. The result can be devastating. Researchers at the PYROPHOB project have been studying such a burnt forest area outside Berlin. They wanted to find out how forests can best recover and what we might do to help. They started by looking at what's left over after a fire that aids regrowth.
After the first wildfire, we had a mosaic of tree trunks, and they provide a bit of structure and a bit of shade. And in this shade, that's where new trees can grow.
That being said, firefighters worry the dead wood could fuel future fires. But if there are no more flames, new saplings grow. A common pioneer in such conditions is aspen. It can even survive fires.
What we saw on this area is that even when there's a fire and the aspen burns away above the ground, it's not as much of a problem. It can regrow little shoots through the root.
The result can look like this. 5 years ago, this area burnt to the ground. Forest managers cleared the debris afterwards and planted pine trees. But few survived. Instead, aspen trees established themselves here naturally, and with time, a more diverse selection of trees will develop. For pine foresters, this will not replace what they've lost in the fire, but for the longer-term health of the forest, it's a start.
Christoph Hoffmann is a member of the Bundestag, the German parliament, for the pro-business Free Democrats. He's on the Parliamentary Agriculture Committee, and he is also a qualified forester who has worked for 25 years as a forestry management official in the German state of Baden-Württemberg. Christoph, what goes through your mind when you see these kinds of fires raging across Europe?
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, you can see those fires destroying all the forests. And there is nothing really you can do about it. I mean, the firefighters doing a good work, and the rescue came into Greece, so this is a good steps, but it will not be enough.
You know, it strikes me that the images that we constantly see are Southern Europe. Is it now inevitable that Northern Europe will see these kinds of wildfires eventually?
Actually, there was big fires in Sweden a couple of years ago, so it can happen in those places too. It depends how dry the season is and how much rain the forest gets. But Germany in general is we don't have much of a problem with forest fires. It's just small fires, because we have so much mobile phones in the forest. Everybody has a mobile phone, so fires are detected very fast and can be suppressed very fast because every village has a fire brigade.
You're an expert in forestry management and also a national politician. Is politics doing enough to ensure that these kinds of blazes are kept to a minimum and that communities are properly equipped to deal with them?
I don't think so. They have not done enough exercise, and we haven't done enough prevention. Like, you have to have water depots in the forest. You have to have stretches over bare soil so you can stop the fire at these stretches. We have to step up with a prevention program. And it's going to touch us more and more because we have more dry seasons, we have more extreme weather, and we have to get out the dead wood as we have it now from the bark beetle, devastating about 200,000 hectares in Germany. And you have to get this wood out because it's a huge fire load. And with this timber gets dry and gets burned, it's going to be hell. I mean, we have to get this thing out. It's just too dangerous. Also, ecologists like it, but this is too dangerous.
You just talked about some prevention measures. What generally do you think that Germany and the entire European Union should be doing right now?
I think we have already put in place virtual fire air fleet from different countries. Every country sends a couple of planes. These are small Canadair, but we don't have the big planes so far, like a 747 or any big plane. We need those as well for European level. So when there's huge places like now in Greece, you can send those big planes. They have some advantages, they have some disadvantages. The small planes, they can target very well, and they can have a close cooperation with the boots on the ground, whereas the big planes, they can suppress huge fires a lot better, but they have a much longer rotation period, so it needs more time to fill them up, and you have to land them on a regular airport, so they need more time to get from and back to the fire. So this is, but prevention is the word. We have to have depots of water in the forest.
Prevention, prevention, prevention. German lawmaker and forestry expert Christoph Hoffmann, many thanks for your time and your perspective.
You're welcome.